Hey, get excited. We talked about, yesterday I mentioned it's service to self or service to others. Are you service to self or service to others? Hey, it's Lenny Wennerstrom, and it is November 1st. November 1st. And what am I reading? Surprise! I know you haven't seen this for the whole year if you've been following me. I read a passage. I'm here to help you find your purpose, and on this channel. And I read a passage from Dr. Shad Helmstedter's book every single day to you, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose. And today, I told you yesterday on Halloween, did you have fun? Did you dress up like as the universe or something fun like me? Did you dress up like a cloud or some little fast little air going psh, something like that? I don't know, something different. Okay, so, and then I'll tell you all about the visit that we had with Steve's friends today, because that was so nice. Okay, November 1st, we're in November, day 306, 60 days left, 83.61% complete with 2024. I like to say 2024. Think about all the times, sometimes you say 20. Think if somebody spelled that. How do you spell that? T-H-A-T? Never mind, that's a joke. 20, T-W-E-N-Y. So anyway, 2024. I don't know why I'm going there. Okay, so here's the story. No, here's the passage. Today I choose to practice having great clarity of focus and vision. Great clarity of focus and vision. First of all, you have to have some sleep to have some focus. All right, I just want to let you know that. The more clearly I see things and the more vision I have, the more I understand what's really important. That is so true. I really enjoy my running commentary. Sometimes I have to start again. This is so, I know, I say this all the time, good, because I want to wire this into your brain. This is so powerful and empowering. Why? Because the more clearly you see things and the more vision you have, the more you understand what's really important. You really do. And the more you focus on what you want rather than what you don't want, that's where you place your energy. It's just like, this is what I'm going to focus on. It's just like right now, look, if I put my hand right here and I stick my fingernail in my head, I'm real focused on that right there. And I'm not focused on my big toe anymore if it hurts, right? I'm focused on, it's like, ow. And I still feel it. I still feel that on my scalp. I'm focused on it. I'm no longer focused on my big toe that I hit. Okay, that's how you do it. You focus, like really put your focus. Oh, and then rub it. But anyway, that's still, okay, anyway, I'm real focused on that right now, and I should be focused on you. So, we're back. And I'm gonna spin it around. This is your higher self. Remember, your higher self, this is telling you, like letting from the divine, your higher self, which is divine, flowing through you. And it's saying, today you choose to practice having great clarity of focus and vision. The more clearly you see things and the more vision you have, the more you understand what's really importante. I don't think that Dr. Shad Helmstetter wrote importante, but it's important. It really is. It's of great value. So that's amazing. Okay, so now the author's note, service to self or service to others. You know, I talk about this service to self or service to others a lot because the reason I come on this channel every day, one, to show up for you, yes. Two, to tell you how amazing and awesome you are and that you were born with unlimited promise and potential. And I want to wire that into your brain. Not here. Maybe if I could get it on top, if I could get my fingernail on top of your head and just push it down real hard like I just did on mine, maybe you would remember that you were born with unlimited promise and potential. Every time that you hit your head, you'll be like, I was born with unlimited promise and potential. I want to wire that into your brain because it's still there. It's just covered up with programs. Your self-talk. What you say when you talk to yourself. Okay? If you say things like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, my self-talk says that right now. Oh, and oh, woe is me, I don't have enough money. Oh, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. It was plastic. Oh, I'm so poor. Oh, whatever. I'm too fat, so it would take me forever to lose this weight, and I may as well just go have some more ice cream. I remember I said that to myself once or twice. All of those things are limitations. They're limits. You have put limits on yourself. You are unlimited. You were born with unlimited promise and potential. Bzzzt. Think of that. Just stick your fingernail in your head and say, I was born with unlimited promise and potential. And you'll focus that every time you stick your finger in your head. Okay, service to self or service to others. Where I was going with this is I say this a lot. And I say this a lot because if you read The Law of One, then you know that it really, what Ra talked about was service to self, was really not caring about the rest. It was all about me, all about me. And service to others is, let me open my heart and let me serve you. Let me take care of you. Let me share my knowledge. Let me help you. It's like the person who's spiraling up. What's their self-talk? What are they saying to themselves? It's like, how can I help? Opportunities, goals, achieving goals, moving forward in life. Those are the kinds of things. Opposed to the person spiraling down. You would never hear from their, I shouldn't say never, but you would not hear from their mouths talking about achieving goals and having aspirations and being inspired and can I help, and yes I can, and all of those things, those spiraling down, and many times that people who are spiraling down, they're so caught up in themselves and in their own misery and their own, I know I was like that because I shared with you for 8 years. I tried to commit suicide many times. I hated myself. I literally hated myself, and I thought that I was not worthy to breathe the air. I was going to say, don't ask me where I got that notion, but it was from, I don't know from where, but it was a program that I was running. That was a program that my self-talk was, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy even to be here and breathe the air. I should make space for other people. I should leave so my family would be happier without me. And it's just, these are the things these are programs. They're not even true. This is when I say that your self-talk, that 77% or more, what the neuroscientists say, 77% or more of your conscious programs are negative, counterproductive, harmful. You self-sabotage with them. And then in your subconscious mind, 90 to 95% or more, you imagine that, are the same. They're negative, they're counterproductive, they're harmful. And look at me. I play my little violin. I shouldn't be here. It's a program, and I was in the victims. I was, if we talk about the victim triangle, look for that in my 600 and however many videos. Maybe there's a search for it. But the trauma triangle, it's huge. It will really show you what you're all about, that victim triangle. I was a victim. I was a victim of circumstances, a victim of my own mind, I was a victim, and I was searching for a savior. I was searching for somebody to fill the hole. I'm glad I didn't put my mic on, so I'm just hitting a zipper, so you won't hear that, or very loud anyway in your ear. But I was searching for something outside of me to save me. And there is nothing outside of me or you or anyone there's no person or thing or place or any noun that can save you. And I know that if you are religious or if you're saved or born again, and this truly, this is really an internal thing, because even if you are there with your religion or whatever, however you feel, with that is inside of you. You have been taught that Jesus, the Father, that all that dwells within, and it's true. It's all within. So it's already there, but it's within, and it's you that needs to pull that out. It was me that had to pull that out. It wasn't. I couldn't get my hubby to save me, Steve. I couldn't get my daughter. I couldn't. I was watching the Golden Girls all the time, and laugh. That was when I would kind of laugh. It's just that that was my existence. It was, what a sad existence. I mean, all the pain, all the COPD, the all the stuff that I had. I in my head I had it. You don't have anything unless you claim it. And boy, did I claim it. I claimed scoliosis, and I claimed COPD, and so I had all of those things. And so therefore, they were real shiny bright in my body. And this is how you change your biology. You change your self-talk. You change your beliefs. Remember how it goes. Because first of all, did I get off my point? I really did. I was going service to self or service to others. But I'll just finish this and I'll read this to you. So it starts with your programs. Whatever your programs are, they're telling you that you're worthy or you're not worthy. It's what you can or can't do. You know, it's really that. And that what you can have or can't have, what you can do or what you can't do. It's really limitations or no limitations. And so most of us have programs that, all of us have programs. I'm going to go as far as that because neuroscientists say 77% are harmful, counterproductive, or negative, and even harmful. And then in the subconscious, 90 to 95%. So I'm going to say, yeah, we all have those programs because we have the media, we have other people who were programmed that were teaching us, our parents, all of that. So here's and teachers and people with other programs. But it starts with your programs. And here's the beautiful part. Well, I'll say this first. I know I'm going all over the place just because. So it goes, your programs create your thinking, your thoughts, right? And then your thoughts, your thinking creates your attitudes about that. Your attitude creates your feelings, your emotions about that. And then your feelings create your behaviors or your actions. And then your behaviors or your actions create your results, your outcome. Whatever that is, that's what it is. You can look at it this way or this way. However you want to look at it, this way, this way. That's what happens, your programs. So now here's the very exciting part. You can change your programs. And the way you change your programs is very simple. You change it by listening to programs. You rewire your brain with the programs that you want. So programs of high self-esteem, programs of winning with people, programs of having great relationships, programs of creating financial strength, programs of having great relationships. Did I already say that one? Programs of losing weight, programs of stopping smoking, programs of being fit and healthy, programs that you choose. And Dr. Shad Helmstetter created a language, just like English, Spanish, Italian. It doesn't matter what the language is. He created a self-talk language, positive self-talk, and he put it in an app, and that you can listen to it passively while you're doing something else. It's very exciting. You can change your programs. I am doing it. I have been doing it. This is how I have been excelling in this momentous, and Lynette as well, time of change in our lives. We are excelling in times of change. And again, do we crumble here and there? Yes, we are human. It's the human experience. It's like, right? That compassion energy to just neutralize that. And then once it's neutralized, we move ourselves into a place of making good decisions, good choices to move ourselves forward. Are we going to go to bed and just crumple? Or are we going to say, I got this. I got this. This is a challenge, and I got it. This is an issue, a challenge and I can solve this. And so that's how we move ourselves forward. These are all the things I have to do. List them all out. Prioritize. I have to get this done today. That I can do tomorrow. It's like, what is it that I have to do? So it's really how we're moving ourselves forward. So now I really, really went off the service to self or service to others, and in a little teeny bit, that's kind of service to self. What I'm saying is because that was self-care, but that's not what I'm talking about. Right now, let's read what Dr. Shad Helmstetter says about it. Each person's direction in life can be broadly grouped into one of two categories: Service to self or service to others? The person who is always me first, and I think I have a program with people who say me first. It's me first. And whose conversation is dominated with words like I and me, and who centers his or her life around personal attention and achievement at the expense of team or group or community achievement, lives a life of service to self. On the other hand, the person whose driving force is to help others do well and who sees life as an opportunity to relate to others in a supportive way lives a life of service to others. This distinction can play a major role when you're finding your purpose. When you're looking for the answer to what you really want to accomplish in your life, ask yourself the question, do I choose to live my life in service to myself, or do I choose to live my life in service to others? The answer you give can dramatically affect what you decide to do with the rest of your life. It's my personal observation that people who live their lives in service to others, in some way helping other people do better, are the happiest, most fulfilled people on the planet. But whichever direction you choose, it is your choice. Everything is a choice. Even if you decide not to make a choice, you have made a choice. It's kind of like taking action. Even if you decide not to take action, you have taken an action. It's alive. It's a verb. It's beautiful. Okay, so that is service to self or service to others. And in the law of one, Ra always speaks to service to self and service to others, and those who are helping others. So, which is why I refer to it a lot. It's true. And in finding your purpose, I would venture to say that if you're watching this and you've watched this more than once or twice, or you watch it every day, or my videos, you know you are a service to others, and you want to help others to succeed in life or do better in life in some way. You want to share your art, you want to share cooking videos, you want to share how to fix cars. Oh, my battery is low. Oh well, let's hurry and finish. Oops, it says low power mode. I'm trying to get out of that. I'll just keep going. All right, so I guess I better hurry. I went round and round. I'm still going round and round. So service to self, service to others. It's very obvious what it is. So I'll just read this one last time before my battery says kaput, goodbye, ciao. Today I choose to practice having great clarity of focus and vision. Get your monocle out and decide what it is you want to do with your life. The more clearly I see things and the more vision I have, the more I understand what's really important. Oh, I hope you like that. I really do. I was going to tell you about the visit with Steve's friends. So first I'll tell you about my night and Lynette's night. So Steve was quite the houndful last night. He was in full-on delirium, and he decided that he wouldn't stand for me after he was in the wheelchair. Let me just say, he was in the wheelchair, and I had put him in the wheelchair with his help. I was using the gait belt, the belt that, it doesn't matter, but it's to help you lift and support someone. So I had put him in the chair, and it was time to, he had something to eat, and then it was time to put him back in the bed. He was ready to go back in bed. But then when I was lifting him, and I'm pretty strong, and I was lifting him, and the guy just dead weight, right when, instead of standing, he kind of stood, and then he just dead weighted as I had pivoted. And I was like, oh my gosh, stand. It was like, I couldn't believe he did that. And I could not put him back on the wheelchair. And I was trying to get him over the bed. And anyway, he ended up with a shiny hiney sitting on the very edge of the bed, almost falling off. So then I had to lay him back, and he's got fascia that's all balled up. If you know what's happening when you get old, by the way, and I could go into another thing on this because of health and the things I know, but the fascia gets all balled up. It's not that you're old. If someone's old, it's like, oh, I'm creaky. Oh, it's because you're not moving, and your fascia is like these sheets of beautiful stuff that moves like this, and if it's not lubricated, it starts getting balled up. There's a 5-minute video that's so cool. I think I forgot to put a video on. That makes me think of something that maybe I said I was going to share something with you and I forgot to do it. Anyway, but it's these ribbons or sheets of fascia that go, and they're like this, and when they're dry, because you haven't moved, like that's eccentrics. That's why I was teaching that, and I know I'm going on and on. I think Lynette's over there. I would show you Lynette, but the whole house is a mess. Anyway, it's because they're not lubricated, and so then it hurts to move. It's like, ow, and it's like, oh, I'm getting old. That's a program, by the way, and it's also because if it's because you don't understand that you have the power to move dynamically and move that fascia. You can just move it, and use your own body, and oh, feels so good. Oh, feels so good. Yay. So you can move that fascia. Look it up. It's really, really powerful and empowering. So anyway, so Steve, his fascia from being in the hospital for laying in bed for all these months, it's all balled up. And I've tried to move it and stuff like that, but he doesn't move. He hardly moves at all. And so it hurts. It hurts him to move. So, and I'm telling you all this story because he's laying there with a shiny hiney on the very edge of the bed and his legs sticking out and his body backwards on the bed instead of to the side. So all of a sudden I had to figure out how to move him, and he refused to help me. And he was in pain. He literally would not roll. He would not, it lasted about 3 hours, this whole thing. And so I finally got him into a place on the bed where he was safe, like in the middle of the bed, but his head was to the foot. And I mean, by the time I had moved him, I had also moved him another time by pulling the sheet up. I had to get on top of his head, not on his head, but standing above on the bed and pull the sheet all the way up, dead weight. So that had been earlier. And then this time though, it was like, that was earlier in the day. And then this time he actually turned around with his head at the foot of the bed, and his head at the foot and the foot at the head of the bed. So it was quite an interesting thing. And one person, and Lynette she was coming back this morning, what she did. So I was all by myself, and this guy, it's not like he's not super heavy as a man anymore. He's like 800 pounds. No, he's like 186. He's somewhere around there. And so he's the 800-pound gorilla in the room. He felt like an 800-pound gorilla on the bed. And so I finally, I mean, when I got him in that spot in the bed, he was the whole time he was like, ow, ow. And he was, and I was so mad. I was so mad, and I was so frustrated because he wouldn't turn. He wouldn't help me. And I knew I couldn't just leave him there because he'd fall off the bed. Well, about half an hour later after that, I'm hearing, help me. And I go and I look, and he's on the floor. So all of a sudden he decided to move and roll and do stuff. And then he was laying with his head on, literally the right way on the bed, on the floor, exactly where I was trying to put him, with his head to the head and the feet to the foot board. Anyway, so it was a long, arduous night. And so we called the hospice nurse, and she called because we're not to call 911 when they're in hospice. They help us and decide what we're going to do. And so she called the fire department, and so 4 of them came and lifted Steve into the bed. And then it was just a night of not any sleep. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of cortisol, a lot of like all these things that not very healthy at that time of night. So that started the day. So the nurse and the social worker just beautimous peeparoos that are amazing. And the people who work in hospice, they're really, really special. And they just exude this peace and softness and care and compassion, and and compassion for Steve, for me, for Lynette, for the situation. They're just beautimous peeparoos, and I love them so mucho. And and so they came this morning and helped, looked at Steve to make sure he was okay. And that's Judy is his hospice nurse, and then George is a social worker. Hi, George. George watches sometimes, and he came. I think I wasn't exactly sure. Why did you come, George? He came to be so cute, and just because he's cute. He's just such a nice guy. He just has peace around him. He's kind of like a clergy guy as a social worker. I don't know. But anyway, so Judy checked out Steve. My story's really going long, so let me finish because I forgot that my battery's reminding me again. That so anyway, he Steve, it was fine. He definitely, now I see, like, he had some bruising before, but now he has some more here. He's got some bruising on the sides, but he's fine. And so I give him I gave him both arnica, but the drops, the 200C, if you know homeopathic. So I gave him that, and I've given it throughout the day, and I give him hypericum for any nerve issues, because he was saying he wasn't feeling his arm a little bit, and now he's feeling his arm. But so hypericum, 200C, and so, and then I also gave him aconite, because if you take aconite, that really helps right away, like for shock and stress. You just need to take it once. I did that in liquid form as well at 200. So, but even if you could just get 30 from whatever health food store or off Amazon, you can get any of those off of Amazon, but in the sugar pellets or the little pellets. But anyway, they'll work just as well, of course. So anyway, they came. And then Steve's friends, Dale and Pat and Tom and Sandy, they have been friends for over 50 years. They met each other over 50 years ago. And they came, and Dale is someone who comes and razzes you. Like, he's always razzing Steve. And they had fallen out. Like, they just, for many reasons. Or a reason. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But they weren't talking to each other for a lot of years. And Steve, he missed Dale so incredibly mucho. He sometimes he would get tears when he would talk, and Steve is not an emotional person. Steve does not show his emotions very well. I should not say what he is, because very honestly, I think most they're just hidden really deep. And so, but when Dale came, and I knew them coming today was going to do something good to help Steve with his delirium. And it did. And he still slept through most of it, but, or just, he wouldn't open his eyes. The guy will not open his eyes. It's like, Steve, open your peepers, and he'll go, you get a teeny bit, and then he closes them again. Or every once in a while, he keeps them open for a while, but we're lucky if we get to see his eyes. So, and he has these beautiful blue peepers. So, because he's Swedish. That's not why, but that probably is why. But he's gorgeous. So anyway, that's the story. So he had a good visit with them, and he had company all day long. He had George and Judy from hospice. Then he had Dale and Pat is Dale's wife, and then I was going to say Mickey and Sandy. Those are our friends, other friends, Tom and Sandy, and these are the ones that Steve did all the lodging in Copper Mountain in Colorado, and then they all did stuff at Copper Mountain together. So that's a ski slope in Colorado. So that's the story. So over 50 years, and they sang this really funny song, and it's something about you're a horse's ass, or something, and everybody's cheering, and Steve got a little, what they would do is drink Jack Daniels. So Steve got like, I really don't know how much Jack Daniels. I think he had like that much in a shot glass and about that much water, and he drank it. But I gave him slippery elm first. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up, but you can make a gruel out of that. So I gave that to him first so that it wouldn't hurt his stomach or anything. It would help. And we've been giving him probiotics. We've been giving him, I started today, giving him the ones that are out liquid, and they're really, really good. Living Streams Mission. I don't know any other better probiotic, very honestly. Liquid. There are only 2 places I know about probiotics, and one is in Europe, in England, a lady who does it, just like Wayne, my friend. He died about 3 years ago, and but his wife and his family still keep the business going, which I'm so grateful for. So Living Streams Missions, I really truly do not believe you will ever find a better probiotic that is very real for the human. So look that up. Tell him I sent you. I'm just kidding. Okay, so that's the story. I think I have gone on. Well, how long have I? Oh, it's only 31 minutes. Please, you can put it on one. You know how I listen to even my own videos so I can get little pieces? I put it at 1.75 speed, just so I could hear it real fast and find the piece and clip it to do a short if I make time. So I should have told you at the very beginning, put it at 2.0 or 1.75, because especially because I'm really tired. You know what I realized? I realized this morning that I had been in the same clothes for 3 days. In fact, I'm still wearing the same clothes. And because I think you would know it when you are a caretaker. I've told Steve for so long, I am not a caretaker. I'm a healer. And here I am. I'm a caretaker. So anyway, when you're here, you start, and you if you've ever done this, you know what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden you realize, wow, I didn't even brush my hair today. Wow, I haven't showered for 3 days. You're welcome for me sharing all of this. You're welcome. I do wash my face sometimes, but I'm trying to remember if I did, but I know that I did because I had makeup under my face, but I don't think I did today. So I might still have makeup on my face because, you know, when someone falls out of bed and they're yelling your name all night and day and all of that. Anyway, it's a very interesting thing. And so anyway, it's really interesting when you find yourself in that space and you really lose track of time. And this is really when you root yourself. Let me speak for myself. This is when I really root myself in my spiritual, who and what I really am. And it's a real struggle. Sometimes I say that there's no such thing as struggle, and I really believe that, but I'm going to use that word just because I really believe that there's no chaos, there's no struggle. It really is just, it's really is, there's no right or wrong. This is a planet of duality, planet Earth. When you're not on planet Earth, we're one. We're all one. Everything's one. These are just experiences. So I just want to put that in perspective when I use the word struggle. Maybe I shouldn't use the word struggle, but anyway, I'm going to. So it is a real struggle for me to remind myself who and what I am because I'm so tired, and the focus. That's why I was kind of laughing about the focus and. What was the word that was in today's thing? Let me find it. Focus and clarity? No. Oh, yeah. Today I choose to practice having great clarity of focus and vision. And the first thing I said was, in order to have focus, you need to have rest or sleep. Because it's to focus. It's when you're all. Can you tell with this video that my focus is a little bit blurred? It's not very focused. So anyway, that's the story. I'm just going to end it with that. So, I love you so very much. I hope I didn't leave you with any cliffhangers because I don't remember. I probably said some things and then didn't finish. But hopefully I also gave you some great health tips and some other things. And maybe you laughed with me a little bit and that you cheered Steve on for having some people come in and tell him all these stories, and he would have a little smile from 50 years of being, being together. And from spending life together, when they were in their 20s. That's so fun, so cool. Oh, here, let me reminisce on your time. Okay, I love you so very, very much. Let me get my closing together. Remember to look in the description for the self-talk, the self-talk app, 30 days free. And it takes 30 days to change a habit. This is what neuroscientists and researchers tell us. And what that really is, it takes 21 days. No, it takes about 21 days to start dismantling the neurocircuitry in your brain of the programs that you currently have. And then, like, if you want to hydrate, I know I always use that one, but if you want to hydrate every single day, then it gets, that little program gets weaker and weaker with the new program coming in, that you're going to drink water every single morning. And then if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, it gets wired in. But if you stop doing it after, that old program is still stronger of not drinking water, not hydrating, and then you'll go back to that. And so that's because it's a stronger program. Your strongest programs always went out. That's why you want to change your programs. Now that you know that, isn't that powerful and empowering? Yes, it is. Okay, now I really am done. I love you so very, very much. You can do anything. You can find your purpose. Yes, you can. You can do, change, be, create. I forgot my other one that I say. But you can do all those things. You are unlimited. You were born with unlimited promise and potential. Yes, you were. Man, if you only knew how amazing you are. If you could look in the mirror and say, high five, and say your name real fast, and just do it. Like, I almost hit the phone, so I won't do it so hard. And just get so excited to see yourself about how amazing you are. And don't worry what you look like you have makeup underneath your eye, or you look haggard, or any of that. Just look in the mirror and just see the beauty within, the beauty of who you are, and who and what you really are. On the spiritual side, you are spirit, but you're light, you're all those fun things. And then in the human experience, remember, I teach practical spirituality, right? So I can't even say practical spirituality. I don't even know what I said, prashi. But anyway, so the spiritual journey, and then the human experience. And neuroplasticity, the brain, is, and the heart has neurons. Don't forget, I always talk about it. The heart is the magnetic, sending out, like, come to me, I want this, I want this. Yes, I'm focused. I want this, I want this, I want more of this. That's the magnet that tells the brain it's okay. We're going to create. We're going to change. We're going to become. And it's okay. And the brain's like, okay, these are the programs, and you can change those programs. But this is how it works. But the brain, that we're talking about, the brain being here, and this is how you do it. You change your programs. So that is the most amazing thing. So anyway, get that app and start doing it, and let me know in the comments. I don't get a whole lot of comments, but I sure would love to hear if you've gotten it, and if it's working for you, if you've been consistent. If you haven't, don't tell me, because I already know. Your programs are not changing. Your self-talk is not changing. So, because affirmations do not work. I love affirmations. They're amazing. They're very powerful. But it's the repetition. And especially if there's emotion, and doesn't matter good or bad. I mean, even a negative emotion will wire it in more quickly. So keep it focused on the good stuff. Okay, that really is it. I love you so very, very much, as always. Oh, and I believe in you. Yes, I do. Know that I do. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. Ding! See you tomorrow. Ciao.